Hey everybody, Matty here. Welcome to the r/Indieheads podcast. I am your host, Matty, aka Recon AG. Today on the podcast, it is just me and...
Nick, we have herpes.
Yeah, it's just us today because we're recording on a Saturday, and we usually record on Sundays because I think you're busy tomorrow, Nick?
Yeah.
And tomorrow's Super Bowl Sunday, so we cannot record on Sunday, so it's just me and Nick today. It's two boring white guys talking about boring white people music.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay.
So I guess we'll start off with the news. This one we're just going to give a quick mention because we both don't listen to this artist, but Passion Pit announced a new album called Kindred. It's coming out in April. It was the top event. I think it was the top post this week.
Yeah,
and
so a lot of you guys must listen to it.
Neither of us listen to Passion Pit, so we can't say anything about it, but cool. Yay.
I bet Jeremiah listens to it.
Jeremiah, I think could probably talk about it, but Jeremiah's not here. He is not here today because we had to cut out a couple of topics because he's not here today. Because we know he talked about Father John Misty and his streaming service, and he trolled us.
We had to cut out all the plebe music.
All the plebe music.
Because Jeremiah isn't here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, no one's here today.
Yeah, we're just going to make fun of Jeremiah stream.
We're going to make fun of the gay hobo, a.k.a. AJ. Fucking Jeremiah did that last week. That was...
It was pretty funny.
I was not... Again, I didn't even... we didn't proofread it. We proofread it a bunch of times, just to make sure... But we didn't see Jeremiah. He must have silently done that while we were going over something else. Fucking Jeremiah. What a guy. What a plebe.
What a card, Jeremiah.
Okay, anyways, next news event, Gorillaz, Jamie Hewlett, who I think is the artist for Gorillaz, the guy who does all the animation and whatnot, announced that they are back on Instagram.
Yes, they are. Oh,
man. So let's see. The last time they did was the fall, which I didn't listen to it, but a lot of people didn't like it, 'cause apparently it was on an iPad.
Yeah, something like that. Recorded it on Damon Albarn's iPad.
Yeah.
I mean, if we ignore that stuff,
Yeah, Plastic Beach is really good. Demon Days is really good. I haven't listened to the self-titled album they did.
Yeah, you've probably heard Clint Eastwood from the self-titled.
Yeah, I think I've heard Clint Eastwood.
That is their most popular song, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Feel Good Inc. is their most popular song, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that the radio station that I listen to mainly plays... I do play Gorillaz song, it'll be between those two. But, they've just had a very big career... Really talented musician.
Very, very good track record, and I'd say a bunch of solid releases.
It'll be interesting to see. I think that they'll probably learn that recording an album on an iPad isn't the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
I would never do that. I'd probably use better recording equipment than an iPad.
Yeah, it's an interesting experiment, I guess, but don't record albums on iPads, kids.
I think it was just a advertising campaign from Apple.
Maybe
to prove how great great musicians choose the iPad as their main recording device. But no one really liked it, so it didn't work out, I guess.
And then last year they proved how iTunes is a great place to get music from with the U2 album that they said it released for free on everyone's iPods and iPhones and all their devices.
Yeah,
this is lovely, isn't it?
Apple.
Okay, we're getting pretty bitter.
Alright, well anyways, the point Gorillaz is making music now. Gorillaz are making music now. Whichever form of that word I need to use.
They got new stuff coming, just wait on it, okay?
Yeah, they also have new pictures, apparently.
Oh yeah, I think he posted some pictures of drawings he was doing. Probably for the next album.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it on Gorillaz, unless we want to say something else about Gorillaz.
I don't know. They're good.
They're a good band. I think more people want more. I think I remember seeing an article, I think Pitchfork, they posted their most ridiculous article titles. It was they didn't record the next Blur album, which is a band that David Albert used to be in, because it was too hot outside or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just too hot outside. They didn't record. They couldn't record. That's just lovely. But yeah, that's about it. So the next news event we have is that Death Cab for Cutie have released the first single off their new album. I don't remember the album name, but
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi. and the song name is Black Sun. I did not listen to it, but I think you did, Nick.
Yeah, I did. It was alright. I liked the track a little bit. I mean, it was a pretty, like, you know, not monotone. That's not the right word. Melancholy song. Kind of sad. You can tell that, what's his name? Ben Gibbard, right?
Yeah, I think it's Ben Gibbard.
I think he's in a pretty sad mood going into this album. So, I mean, take that as you will. It could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing.
Do you think it's going to be better than the last album they released?
I mean, last one was Codes and Keys, I think, right?
Yeah, that was Codes and Keys. I think that's one that people like
Codes
that
and
much.
Keys was sort of a hit or miss, I guess. Like, no one, like, I don't think anybody hated it, really. I mean, it wasn't bad, but, I mean, it's hard to make another Transatlanticism or something like that, so I wouldn't say it's, like, amazing, but I actually haven't listened to it that much.
Are you hopeful for the new release? Because I think a lot of people are saying, like, I saw some people like talking about it on Reddit. They were like, "This is actually kind of hopeful for the album. Like, this seems like they're kind of going back."
It's not
a little bit.
It's not, yeah, I mean, it's not. It's a good direction, I think, and it'll be interesting. I mean, there are a few in this track that I didn't like. I don't think Ben's voice was amazing in this track. I think it was a little bit weird, I guess, in parts. I mean, that just happens with getting older, I guess, is that your age gets a little bit. I mean, your voice gets a little bit weak. So that's a possibility. But the instrumentation, like the reverb on the guitar, was really cool. The drums were kind of like, like I don't know if it's a drum machine or what, but it sounded nice. And also, the music video is cool too. The lyric video that they made for it is this cool video that follows this black dot around the black sun, I guess, through these weird landscape type things. And it kind of reminded me of that game or app that Radiohead released. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think it's called
Polyphona or something like that.
Yeah, Polyphona. I think I have it on my tablet.
Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like that. This music video is kind of like black and white for the most part. I don't know if Polyphona is like that. I haven't really played it before.
Polyphona, it's like, okay, so it's like it's first person.
Yeah, I know.
You're like roaming around like a desert, and there's like random like 3D shapes that kind of pop up.
Yeah, I know the premise.
There's like sort of like ambient noise.
Yeah, I know the premise of it, and I looked at it and I thought it was kind of weird, but I like just looking at it, I think is good enough. I don't really need to download it to play it. I don't think it's on. I don't know if it's on Android or not. If it is, then maybe I'll get it. But I thought it was kind of. I think we were talking about Death Cab for Cutie earlier.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that this the song. I guess it could be a hit or miss for most people, but I thought it was good.
So you're saying that the song tests positive for herpes?
Sure. I mean, if that's going to be my rating system now, it's positive.
Yes.
All right. Next topic.
Okay, next topic. Courtney Barnett announced her debut album, Sometimes I Sit and Think, and Sometimes I Just Sit, and she released a new single entitled Pedestrian at Best. And also, I think I had it wrong in the schedule. It should be and after Sometimes. I think I said it correctly, but I didn't write it correctly.
Is it that?
Yeah, I think it's Sometimes I Sit and Think, and Sometimes I Just Sit. That's how it is. I just wrote it wrong because I'm an idiot.
It's kind of a weird title. I mean...
I think I saw someone say, "Oh, well, that's the most Courtney Barnett title I could think of."
Yeah, I mean, I actually haven't listened to her debut.
I did. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later on what we've been listening to.
Yeah, what is it? Is it like
yeah, it's a collection of 2 EPs. She did 2 EPs, and this is just them compiled, just put together, basically.
All right.
And so we both listened to the new single, and let's see, what did you think of it first?
I thought it was really good. I think that her kind of like dreary is kind of fun, I guess. It's not bad. I kind of, when I first started listening to the song and I heard her voice, I was like, I don't know if I like the singing style or not, but as it went on, I was like, yeah, this is actually good. Like, it works really well with the kind of like that V guitar kind of, and the instrumentation is really, and the voice kind of probably like reflects the personality that she's going to look for in her music, I guess. Is this kind of like, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe like the feeling I get from her music or like the way that she makes her music, but it's kind of like careless, maybe. Yeah,
it kind of reminds me. Okay, I was gonna say it kind of reminds me. Do you know the song "Institutionalized" by Suicidal Tendencies?
No, I don't.
this song really reminds me of that. Like her vocal style and like delivery on the song really reminds me of that song where it's just sort of like it's kind of spoken word but not really.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like she's just shooting the shit.
Yeah,
basically.
It's not like real spoken word. It's more like just like mumbling maybe.
I mean, I could clearly say what she was saying. I could clearly hear what she was saying.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say it's very much like kind of inspired by like some punk rock. Like, of course, the song just kind of sounds like a punk rock song in general.
Yeah.
Like just from her vocal delivery to like the instrumentation of it, where it sounds like kind of very heavy.
Yeah.
I compare it because on the EP before I'm going to talk about a little bit before I get into it a bit later is that like a lot of the stuff is more like acoustic. I'd say like it's a bit more like taking like a little like sort of like toned down a bit compared to this new song, and yeah, of course sort of the same. This is like just her just kind of taking the style she did on her EPs and like just turning it up a little bit, like turning it up to like 11.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. Sorry, you can go.
I'm very excited about this album. I think it's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna. I think right now. I think she's. I think we're really sitting on like someone who's gonna be like the next big sensation in like indie music. I feel like we're sitting on that right now, and I feel like hopefully this album kind of gets her a lot more fans and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is a good song.
I like the lyrics too. The chorus, I think.
Yeah, the chorus is really great.
Yeah,
so that's about it on Newsweek. It's kind of a slow news week, and we couldn't talk about everything because it's only two people, and we have a limited view on what we know. Yep. Okay, so we'll go into the next segment of what have we been listening to this week. Nick, what have you been listening to this week?
All right, I have been listening to first album that I listened to the most this week was Shrines by Purity Ring. And when I first heard like a few songs from this band, I haven't listened to it until recently.
Mm-hmm.
But when I first heard like what this band was and like what they were about, I thought I wouldn't like it that much. But I actually listened to it, and it actually blew me away. I thought it was amazing. There's a lot of really, really great things on the album. The instrumentation is probably some of the best synth pop instrumentation that I've heard in a while. A few things that there's obviously a lot of hip hop influence from the songs mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
in here. In terms of like the drums and
Mm-hmm.
the drum rhythms, like they sound like you could put them into a hip hop song and the rapper could be rapping over them, and it wouldn't even like make much of a difference.
Yeah, because Purity Ring, they've worked with Danny Brown on like a couple of songs, I think, because they had a song on Danny's on Old, and I think they had a single they released together.
Yeah. I did notice that on Danny Brown's Old when I was listening through it. It's like $25 is the song.
$25, Mama braid your hair, do it on the porch. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Keep going about Shrines, please.
Yeah, that song. But I thought that the whole like aesthetic, I guess, of the band and their style is just really interesting and really cool. It's kind of like a dark style, I guess, like dark synth pop. The lyrics are kind of weird, and the instrumentation works really well with her voice too. I think her voice is really good. I think that they blend it together very, very well. If I had to say some of my favorite songs, I think there's actually a few songs where the guy in the band starts singing, or the other guest vocalist starts singing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like those songs as much. It's kind of like in Church's debut album where the guy in the band starts singing, and I didn't really like that as much either. I think that they should just stick with the girl because I think she's the better singer. But I think a few of my favorite tracks are the first like 3 tracks: Crawlers Out, Fine Shrine, Ungirth. They're all really good songs. It's a good stretch. Ode Bear is really good, or Obadier. Obdir. All the song names are really weird. Actually, they're kind of hard to pronounce too. But the whole album is really good, and I was expecting not to like it that much, but I actually really thought it was good. Okay, next album I listened to was Give Up by Postal Service. Essential indie album.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Gibbard.
I never listened to it, so
yeah, it's actually good. Probably heard such great nights before.
I've heard a lot of talk about it lately on the forum. It's like I think it's like oh, they'll never make another album. Like it's the only album they have.
Honestly, like it doesn't really bother me that much that they wouldn't release another album. I don't really know why, but
apparently it's like a side project. I think of someone in the band.
Yeah, it's a total side project. Yeah, Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie.
Oh, okay.
Some other guy. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up myself.
The other guy is Jimmy Hamboreo. of Dentel and Headset. And then there's also a girl named Jenny Lewis from a band called Rilo Kiley, which I haven't heard of. But
I've heard Jenny Lewis, I think. She's doing solo stuff now.
Yeah, Jenny Lewis does a few background vocals and guest vocals on a few of the tracks on this album. And I thought that this was really good, and I mean, it would be good if they made another album. Like, I'm not going to deny that, but there are a few things I actually really like about this and the way that the album was recorded. Ben Gibbard and Jimmy Tamboreo, the way that they recorded the album is they like mailed stuff back and forth to each other, like tracks and stuff like that, like track names or like ideas and stuff like that. Maybe like Ben Gibbard would mail like lyrics or something. Mm-hmm. And I think that's also where they got their name, the Postal Service, from. And I think that was really cool. I think that's really cool, the way that all went about. But, I mean, I feel like if they did record another album, it probably wouldn't be that good for some reason. Like, I don't really know why. I just get a bad feeling about the Postal Service releasing a new album, because one of the main, like, really cool things about this album was Ben Gibbard's voice is, like, at its peak in this album. Like, Ben Gibbard has some really great vocal performances on a lot of songs on this album, like the tracks Recycled Air, Such Great Heights, Clark Gable, Natural Anthem, all have really good vocals from Ben Gibbard. And I mean, I don't like to say this a lot, but if your voice is getting a little bit weaker, then I don't know if it's a great idea to make another album where, you know, it might be dependent on you performing really well vocally. But I mean, I'm sure it would be really good. And I mean, I'm not saying like, and also that was kind of stupid of me to say, because they wouldn't have to release an album where he just like where the main thing is him singing. Because I mean, it wouldn't have to be that. I think other bands have adapted to the lead singers, you know, losing their singing strength a little bit. But I think if I had to get through a few of my favorite tracks, obviously Such Great Heights is an amazing song. The one song that everybody knows from the Postal Service. The opening track, The District Sleeps Alone Tonight, also really good. Some of my favorite instrumentation on this album. And also Clark Gable is cool. It's really catchy. It has like these horns, I guess. Like, and actually, I was reading about the album on Wikipedia, and I just realized that the guest vocalist, or whatever his name is, Jenny Lewis. Yeah, Jenny Lewis actually isn't the guest vocalist on one of the songs that I liked. What I thought she was on, which is called "Is Nothing Better." The fourth song on this album is Ben Gibbard kind of doing like this duet with a girl named Jen Wood, and I haven't actually heard of her until I didn't know that was her until now. But that track is good too. I mean, obviously this whole album is good. I mean, if you're a fan of Death Cab, but you also like electronic instrumentation and electronic music, you'll love this album. It's really good. And also, I wanted to mention that whenever I see this album or Transatlanticism come up in discussion, it seems like there's a debate over which album is better. And I'm just going to weigh in with which one I think is better. I think Transatlanticism is the better album. But, I mean, that's not really important right now because we're not talking about Transatlanticism. But,
yeah.
Anyways, the last album I listened to this week is Sylvia Demo by Isaiah Rashad.
Wait, Sylvia?
I think it's Sylvia.
It's Clivia.
Clivia Demo by Isaiah Rashad. Sylvia. Alright, yeah, sorry.
Okay, keep going, please.
Yeah, okay, well, this is a hip-hop mixtape from last year. And I actually read about it a little bit last year, but never really got to listening to it. I've had it for a while, but I never actually listened to it until now. I think it's really good, actually. There's a bunch of really chill beats on this album. On the first couple of tracks, some good guest features like Schoolboy Q, SZA,
J-Rock.
Is J-Rock? Yeah, J-Rock.
Yeah, J-Rock's on the Shut You Down remix also.
Yeah, I have you listened to this album?
I've listened to it, but not enough. I'd say I should probably go back and listen to it because I actually really enjoyed listening to it.
Yeah,
And,
I think it's a really cool album. I mean, for a debut album, it deals with there's a lot of personal stuff on it, which I think is cool. I don't think a lot of artists really do that. Do like really personal stuff on their debut. Maybe I don't really know. But this is a really good album, and I think it's really my style of hip hop, if you know what I mean. Like I really like chill beats, good lyricist. I mean, I know that's kind of like something that everybody would be looking for.
Yeah.
But I'm really kind of like a sucker for like really relaxing beats because one of my first hip hop artists I ever listened to was New Jabes and
New Hobbies.
New Hobbies or whatever. Yeah.
You're just on a roll on these like
I know.
names.
I don't think it. Why would it be New Hobbies? Because he's from Japan, and do they actually pronounce in Japanese? Do they really pronounce J's like?
I thought I've always said it was New Hobbies. That's how I pronounce it.
I can't believe it. New Hobbies.
Wait, how'd you pronounce it?
New Jabes.
I'm pretty sure it's New Hobbies. Let me. Okay, you keep talking while I try to look up how to pronounce it.
No, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, welcome to the break in the podcast where we Google how to pronounce New Hobbies.
It cannot be New Hobbies.
Let's figure it out. Let's see. Does anyone know? Oh, here we go.
Or it's New Jabes. New Jabes.
Okay, looks like I'm the one who's wrong this time.
Yep, you were wrong. See.
And so I'll take the L on that one.
New Jabes. That's how you say it?
Yeah, New Jabes. I guess it's New Jabes. That's how you pronounce it. Okay.
Right.
The more you know.
Matty was wrong. Okay. But anyways, that was one of the first hip hop albums I really like. Mob Soul was one of the first hip hop albums I listened to and really liked. And this album, I mean, and a lot of other albums with relaxed instrumentation have a lot of similarities. Yeah. So I thought whatever this album is called was pretty good and pretty good from last year. It is
nice.
simply a demo.
It's Clivia. It's a fucking C.
Okay, actually.
Okay, this isn't Pepe Sylvia. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Look up.
It's
look it up.
Clivia, Sylvia, Clivia demo, Pepe Sylvia. Okay.
It's Sylvia though. It's spelled Cilvia.
Oh
Yep. See ya.
No, it can't. No, it can't. It's gotta be Clivia demo.
No.
No, hold on a sec.
Look at this.
It is still what? I thought it was Clivia demo this entire fucking time. What? Oh my god. Okay. Welcome to another edition of Matty is Wrong once again.
Every episode of the podcast.
Okay, yes. Every episode of the podcast I'm wrong about something. Okay, I'll take another L on that.
Stop, dude.
Sorry, I've been drinking a little bit today.
Oh, okay.
I have a horrible problem.
Yeah, Natty's an alcoholic, guys.
I got hit today with I got a goofbola. I got goofed by the goofball, Mac DeMarco, the signature goofball, and I got goofed. Now I have a gap between my two front teeth.
You should stop talking now, dude. Just like.
I'm sorry. I'm off the rocker today.
Yeah. Okay. Now you talk about. If you can manage, you can talk about what you've been listening to.
Okay, so I've been listening to a decent amount of stuff this week. The first album I'm going to talk about is Courtney Barnett, Split Peas, which is a combination of two EPs she did. She did two EPs and then they got released together. And so I found out about Courtney Barnett this week after someone posted the Pedestrian at Best video, and I kind of ignored it at first, but I'm like, let me just check it out, and I really enjoyed it. I'm like, oh god, I have to check out this girl's music. So, I bought or pre-ordered the new album, and I decided to check out the EP, or the two EPs, and they're both really, really solid. Like, just some really good songwriting. The instrumentation is kind of nice and relaxing, and like, I kind of like the dry tone she has throughout the music, just like the dry delivery. Like, it's kind of like a little deadpan at times. It's really, really enjoyable music. If you just it's good music. It's good sayings. I think everyone may like it. I think we're kind of sitting on someone who's probably going to blow up in the indie scene in the next couple of years if she keeps up a good track record.
Yeah, indie game bad, not good.
Indie game bad, not good.
Yeah.
Well, I think I saw someone compare her to to St. Vincent, like that she's probably gonna blow up like St.
Yeah.
Vincent.
I wasn't around when St. Vincent's first couple of albums were out.
Yeah, same with me. I just found out about St. Vincent this year, so
yeah, I hadn't heard of her until her same.
Or not this year, last year.
Yeah,
whenever
I
hadn't
heard of her until self-titled. So, but
so yeah. Definitely check out this EP. I think you said you need to listen to it still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. So next on my albums list was Joey Badass, Before the Money. I went back to it this week, and it's really, really good. It's just a really, really solid rap release. Okay, Nick is telling me to hurry up in the Skype chat. I remember whenever I was listening to the last week's podcast, and like I could hear whenever like the Skype notifications were going off. So anyways, yeah. Before the Money, very solid rap release. Excited to see what Joey Bass is gonna do next. 90s inspired production, 90s inspired, just generally 90s inspired, but doesn't like. It's very 90s inspired, but doesn't like try to be like a complete rip off of the 90s. It just sort of like takes the style of rapping back then and kind of throws a little modern pizzazz on it, and it works really well. This is a very good rap release. If you're a fan of rap, definitely check it out. Okay, next album, Sufjan Stevens, The Age of Ads. I've been getting into Sufjan Stevens for the past couple of weeks, and Age of Ads is the next one I've been trying to listen to, but I keep getting interrupted and I can't finish it. But I did finally finish it today, and it's a really solid album. I think it's kind of weird in some cases. It's kind of like a little disjointed in certain ways, because like sometimes it's like really like crazy synthy, like just sort of like noisy, and then sometimes it kind of just goes back to like folk stuff. And then kind of tries to keep the little crazy synth stuff in there a little bit, but doesn't. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I still have to listen to like Michigan and Seven Swans. But I enjoyed Age of Ads. It's a little long, but it was a good release.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for Carrie and Lowell. And I can't.
It'll probably be nothing like Age of Ads. I mean, it's definitely not going to be anything like that. I think.
Yeah, I think I saw someone like an article was like it's maybe an abandoned album.
The label confirmed that it was a return to his folk roots. So,
excited to see Carrie Lowell. I think he's coming to St. Louis, and I can't go. Let's see, I want to go, but tickets are like $50, and
Yeah, I looked for tickets in Columbus, and they're expensive, and I'm having to make a decision about what concert or live shows I need to go to this year. There's a possibility that I would go to see Cloud Nothings in Cincinnati, but it's an 21 plus show actually. So
I think I'm going to see St. Vincent because she's coming to St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Vincent is actually nowhere near me.
I really want to see St. Vincent
because she's been touring like all over the place.
She's been a workhorse this past like year.
Yeah, but she's never really been like close enough to me that it would be convenient. So I'm just like okay. But I might actually. There's a chance I'll be going to Pitchfork Fest this year. Chicago, because the tickets are actually really good price, just like $225 or something for a 3-day pass to I mean, that's not even bad though in comparison to like Bonnaroo and like Coachella and stuff like that.
I really let's see. What day is it?
In June, I think like June.
Oh damn!
I'm looking it up right now.
I don't think I can. I don't know if I can.
It's 150.
150.
150 for 3-day passes. I got that wrong.
I really want to go. Yeah, I don't know if I can go because I don't know. I would love to go. Sorry.
A 1-day pass for each day is you can get a single day pass for any day you like for $65.
Oh, okay.
And it's July 17th through 19th. And I mean, for a festival that had such a good lineup last year, I'm super excited for this, and it has a really good price as well. So I'm gonna try my best to go to that festival.
Oh god, yeah, I really want to go now. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but
I think AJ lives in Chicago or something.
We can try to meet up. If I do go, I have no idea if I'll go or not. I would love to though, because the lineup last year was really good, and I saw some of the performances online. I really want to go because it seems like, and I think AJ was saying it's really good, like a really good environment. So yeah, but okay. Anyways, on to the main topic this week. Well, again, not really much happened this week in the news, so, of course, today is the last day of January, so we are going to talk about our favorite January releases.
Yeah, we were almost going to talk about Sauna, but it's not really, like, officially released.
Yeah, by the way, Mount Erie Sauna is the
Mount Erie Sauna. It kind of got, like, released on NPR, but that'll probably next week, I'm going to assume, right? Can we do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure if we can make it the main topic because I've never listened. I don't know. It depends on how much of us have listened.
Yeah,
to.
you should just listen to like their entire discography, like
Oh boy.
from now until next week.
Okay, I was wanting a fucking break after Volnikura. I wanted a fucking break so I could step back and listen to like
Bjork is like nothing compared to.
Because I've been trying to catch up on some stuff. I had like a bunch of stuff downloaded I need to still listen to.
The Big Phil. He's a monster. And Sana, from what I've heard so far, like the first couple, it's really good, and I'm really pumped, and I'm going to listen to it a ton. Yeah, that'll be next week. Indie spoilers, I guess.
Can't confirm the indie rumors. The indie, Stereo Gum is trying to get us down, but can't confirm it. Anyways, okay, so our favorite release of January. Mine's pretty obvious. It's Volnikura, Björk. Shit's good. Songwriting is really, really nice. Very heartbreaking. Very sort of melancholy, and just it's great. The instrumentation is really nice, but the strings are very beautifully composed. And the production, which was done by Arca and Björk for the most part, is also really good. But it's kind of more in the background where it should be, because if it came more into the foreground. Or if it was like the foreground for most of the album, probably wouldn't the songwriting, it wouldn't work with the songwriting as much. Even though it does work on certain songs where it's like the main focus on songs like Family, where like it's sort of the futuristic productions kind of takes more of a main role, and it's like, whoa, shit, she's fucking angry. So yeah, Volnikura, this shit is really good. If you are sort of skeptical on Björk in these past couple of years, I think this album will definitely sort of alleviate your alleviate your feelings, as this is really it is very much a return to form.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what album did you pick?
Can I talk a little about Björk?
Yeah,
this is kind of short. I'm not going to talk too much about it since we talked about this last week for our main topic. But I was really surprised by how personal this album was in comparison to other stuff that she's released recently, because all her other stuff was kind of like ethereal and like I don't know, kind of like about like a bunch of others. Yeah, like
the past
that wasn't it wasn't really her. It wasn't really mainly about her and like her relationships, I guess, which is kind of the focus of her first few releases.
It's probably the most personal since Homogenic. It's probably the most personal since Homogenic.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculously personal in comparison to like what was her last album, Vespertine?
Yeah, no. Her last album was Biophilia.
Biophilia, yeah.
Biophilia was about science and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's such a big change of style, and I have to say, like that scientific kind of weird Björk, I don't mind, and I think it's good still, but I definitely enjoy this style much more than I definitely enjoy personal Björk a lot more, because I feel like she allows a lot more emotions out in her music than when she's talking about like the universe or something like that. So
yeah, because like on the last album she's talking about it's like, hi, I'm Björk, and this is how earthquakes work. And then on this album she's like, fuck you, Matthew Barney, you cocksucker, how could you break my heart? How could you no longer love me? That's not it, because that's just simplifying it and making it sound dumb. When actually, Volnikura is very much a smart album in how it deals with a breakup.
Yeah,
I'd say.
But yeah, I think that makes it very enjoyable.
Because I didn't talk about this last week. I'm sorry.
You can go.
I didn't talk about this last week. It pissed me off. But on Billboard, they posted an article about Black Lake. It's like, Björk just released a 10-minute diss track to Matthew Barney. And I'm like, you can't just fucking simplify this shit down to a goddamn diss track. She's talking about a very personal matter in her life, a breakup with someone she has been with for multiple years that she really, really loved, and to see their relationship deteriorate makes her very sad, and it's her just kind of getting her feelings out there, and these feelings are very much, they're very raw, they're not, she hasn't thought this stuff over as much, like, she doesn't, whenever, again, I'm going through a breakup at the moment right now, and, whenever that happens, you're not thinking logically. Like, you're sort of like, your emotions are very strong and very, raw. You don't really have that much of a filter between what goes on in your head and what you say. And don't simplify it down to just a diss track, okay? It's complex, Billboard. It's fucking complex. I know, Billboard, all you do is, like, just track the pop songs and shit, but goddamn, it's not just a diss track. Goddamn, Billboard, you cocksucker motherfuckers. So before we go to your I know this is an indie music podcast, and we don't talk about we try not to talk about other genres that much, but last year was really really bad for pop music. Like looking at the charts, it was just stale.
But Taylor Swift, man.
Okay, I like 1989. That's good, but like before that, like Iggy Azalea's garbage. Oh God. Like, it was just static. Like, I kept hearing the same fucking songs for, like, a month, and it's just like, oh my god, fucking, why? Could you just get a little variety in there, please? It's just boring.
I mean, you don't have to listen to it.
That's true. And I don't listen to radio that much, but it is boring. Shout to Town in the Shadows, by the way. So yeah, okay, what was your favorite release of January?
Alright, now, you were just saying how we try not to talk about other genres that much, but, my favorite album of January 2014 was Tetsuo and Youth by Lupe Fiasco. Now, before I talk about this, I want to also mention that the margin in between my top, 4 or 5 albums from January is very, very narrow, and, if I had to give it, an out of 10 score, phone is ringing. Give me 10 seconds to check who this is.
Well, while Nick checks the phone, I want to give a quick shout-out to Monty who is currently... who was the lead animator on Red Spoo for a couple of years, and is the creator of Ruby, and I'm a big fan of Rooster Teeth, and currently he...
Oh my god, no way.
I'm trying to, again, I want it. What do you mean, no way?
No.
Are you pissed off about me saying that?
Yeah, you know what, forget everything that Matty just said, it's not important.
Oh, I'm trying to tell you all about, okay, fine.
No, why are you even talking about it if they already made the goal by 3 times what they needed?
You don't know with the American healthcare system. It's fucking bullshit.
Shut
here.
up, dude. Okay, if you require $50,000 worth of the medical bills, $150,000 is guaranteed going to cover it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's
sorry.
what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't waste your money on this. You don't have to. Everybody else already has. All right. Now, as I was talking about, if you were wondering, phone was nobody important, so I wasted my time getting up to answer the phone. Okay. Alright, anyways, Tetsuo and Youth by Lupe Fiasco. Now, Lupe Fiasco, American rapper, got pretty famous in the early 2000s for releasing albums like The Cool and, what's the other one?
Food and Liquor.
Yeah, Food and Liquor. Stuff like that. And I mean, he kind of fell off a little bit with his, more recent releases. They got kind of slammed, I guess, by critics. Not really most people's favorites. But this album actually is really good, and it's a very good comeback in comparison to stuff like Lasers and Food and Liquor 2. So I really thought that from the start of this album, I thought the production on the introduction track Summer was really cool, and had string elements in it, which I thought was cool.
The banjo did show up till the next interlude, I think, which was the next one was Fall, I think.
Yeah,
the banjos.
Yeah. So Summer is a cool track. Then it goes into just the best hip-hop track ever. No overstatement at all. It's, ridiculously good. Mural.
The best hip-hop song of all time.
Yeah, Mural by Lupe Fiasco, in which Lupe Fiasco goes hard for 8 minutes. Almost 9 minutes, actually, and just is rapping over and over again. He raps so many times on this track, it's ridiculous.
Bars upon bars upon bars.
Exactly. He's just he just proves, just with this track alone, that he totally has it back. And he doesn't, he doesn't have, anything to prove to anybody anymore. He can do everything, just as well as he could before. This song is really great and just a really great kickoff for the album. There are a few other tracks on here that are really good. I think Deliver is nice.
Prisoner 1 and 2 is also really nice.
Prisoner 1 and 2. Dots and Lines I didn't like as much.
I didn't like Dots and Lines. I think we were talking about it.
I was going to say, I didn't like it that much on my first listen, but then after I listened to the whole album again, I was like, wow, this is really catchy and actually not bad, like I thought it was, so.
I hated that fucking song. I thought it was horrible. I thought it was offensively bad. I really didn't like that song.
It's not terrible. I mean, it's
bad. Again.
Okay, it's not the best album. And I mean, I wish that, I don't know, there's this kind of theory about how the whole album is backwards or something like that.
Yeah, there's a theory that you have to play it backwards for it to be in the correct order.
Yeah.
It was some sort of thing.
And then I just started thinking, what if this album had Mural as the last track? And then
it could have been the last track. It would have worked really well.
That would have been so good. That would have been. I honestly think that if this album was in reverse order, a lot more people would have liked it. Is that kind of weird to think?
No. I mean, again, it kind of similar to. By the way, here you go on the list of things that Matty always talks about. Doors. A lot of people were like, I remember when it came out, and people were just like, it's like no, just put it in like this order, and it's really really good, guys. Trust me.
Wait, which one?
Doris Spiral Sweatshirt.
Doris.
People are just like, you just gotta put it in a different order, and then it's really good, guys. But it's like, if I have to change the order of the tracks for the album to be good, that's not a good sign. That means it's a bad album.
I never read that about Doris.
I've heard people talking about that.
Was it just like a random order or something?
Yeah, a lot of people complained that the order was just like, it was sort of, the track listing was kind of odd.
Yeah, I mean, I actually, one of the gripes I have with Doris is the first track. I don't really like at all.
Yeah, Pre is garbage. Pre is absolute fucking garbage. It's like, number one, I think I've talked. I have an entire like Reddit thread like detailed to how much I hate Doris. Like, I really detailed why I hate it.
Okay, whenever you say Doris, it sounds a lot like Doors, which is why I was confused at first. Sorry.
Shout out to Jim Morrison.
We're talking about Doris by Earl Sweatshirt from Odd Future. So just if you were confused.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean or anything.
I know we're getting off topic. Let me just say, with Pre, it sounds like, okay, so the beat, first and foremost, it sounds like Earl he typed in Odd Future type beat and then just downloaded the fifth result.
That's funny. That's actually true.
And then, the beat is awful, and then fucking SK LaFleur, it is a weed carrier. SK LaFleur is a prime weed carrier. You have, when you have the list of weed carriers in rap, we have, who's the weed carrier in Wu-Tang Clan?
Oh,
would people say U-God?
U-God or like...
Mastakilla?
I don't know,
Maybe?
honestly, it could be, it's like a toss-up in Wu-Tang, I think. It could be Method Man.
No, Method Man's not a weed carrier. Method Man's really good.
Well, yeah. But I mean, the weed carrier isn't always bad, though. Like, they're not... Just because they carry the weed around doesn't mean they're bad. Like,
that's true, because they give the weed to the rappers, and they're useful.
Yeah, I mean, at least... I mean, that's probably, like, the main reason that they're still...
But they shouldn't be rapping on your track just because they give you weed.
Yeah,
but Flair, you got like ASAP Ant on Bath Salts by ASAP Rocky featuring Flatbush Zombies. That's just fucking one of the worst verses ever made. And you have SK LaFleur on Pre-Use, it's just generic, rap bullshit. Like, I just listen to some mainstream rap. This is what I got. Like, this is just what I wrote. It's like, is this song supposed to be like a joke or something?
Yeah, honestly, the rest of that album, I think that there are a few things that I like about. There are a few songs that are definitely standouts in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
there's definitely good songs, but overall as an album, it just doesn't work.
One of the things I like a lot about Odd Future related projects, The Doorbell Just Rang. I'm not even gonna get up for that. But anyways, like songs like Burgundy is good. Hive is really good. I think that Hive.
I don't like Hive. I think Hive sucks. I think
Hive is good because Vince Staples is actually really good, and I like him on this album.
Verse is good, but I remember seeing a comment on KTT. It's like describing the song. It's like Earl reads the phone book while Casey Veggies just sort of stays in the background, and Vince Staples. I don't remember, but yeah. I think the best description of the song.
I think the hook is good too on that song though.
Hook is nice.
Yeah.
And Earl, it's just the beat is it's simple. It's like okay. Whatever.
Yeah, the hook isn't. I mean, the beat isn't anything special, but I think.
And then Earl just sounds like he's I said earlier, but Earl sounds like he's reading the phone book. But Vince Staples has a really great verse on that song, I'd say.
Yeah, and then also Sasquatch is good. I think all the songs with Tyler on this song are pretty cool.
Oh god, we are horribly off topic. Can we? So let's get back to Tetsuo and Youth.
Yeah, Tetsuo and Youth. But anyways. Tetsuo and Youth, really good comeback album from Lupe. It's not perfect. It's not amazing. It's not like the best hip hop album ever, but I think that if you had to prove that you weren't out of the game entirely with one album, Tetsuo and Youth would be a good album to do that. All right, I'm done talking about it.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree with a little bit on Tetsuo and Youth. I think it's just slightly above mediocre in my opinion. I think
slightly above mediocre is definitely a lot better than what he's been doing.
I think that's the truth. I would say this album is just to get a rating out of just a simple rating, be like 6 out of 10. It's like a solid 6 out of 10. Like I think some of the beats definitely sound like sort of leftovers from like what Lupe was doing for with Blazers and Food and Liquor 2, where it still has like that poppy production. It's like okay, keep that. It's like Lupe, no, we didn't like that before. Get it away on this album, which is supposedly like your comeback, and like I'm finally done with my label and whatnot. And yeah, like I said earlier, Dustin Lines is offensively bad, and just like some of the flows don't really work, and some of the beats don't really work. But like whenever the album like really hits, it really really hits. Like some of the really great stuff is
Mural.
Great. Mural is great. Prisoner 1-2 is great. What was They Resurrect Over New? I actually really like that song.
Yeah, that song's good too.
Okay, so yeah, we gotta hurry up because Nick has to go. So yeah, that's so I didn't really testing you solid 6 out of 10. Volley Cure is awesome. Yeah.
All right, don't talk about this next part, please.
Okay, don't talk about it. So yeah, that's about it for the podcast this week. Sorry that it's just me and Nick, and we didn't have anyone else. Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah. Patriots and their deflated balls and Seahawks, with the upset. I don't give a shit. The song of the week this week is Pedestrian at Best by Courtney Barnett from her new album, which is coming out March 24th. Sometimes I sit and think, and sometimes I just sit. So,
enjoy.
Signing off. See ya. Signing off.
Bye.